Warm greetings to you. I'm Lucinda Harmon, aka the Growth Catalyst. Last week we dealt with the art of persuasion. This week we're dealing with handling objections. Now this is one of the most exciting parts, and I can teach you again about as I get you fit for being a sales professional. I get you fit to be able to handle getting out there and taking a product and really making a success of your life. Because after all, like my book says, it's selling it like it is. That is what I'm all about. I say it like it is, sell it like it is, and I take the sting and the fear factors out, and I help you navigate through this entire journey of sales, which is an exciting one. It for me feels like a treasure hunt every day. I never feel bored when I'm in the sales field. I'm always exhilarated. There's always something new to learn. And if you're meeting all these incredible people and you're all the time mastering your craft and art of sales, it's a beautiful journey. And I hope through all of the sessions that I lead you through, I hope you're going to fall in love with sales like I'm in love with it. So if you treat objections as requests for more information, you are on a way better ground. If you treat objections as requests for more information, you will go and treat every objection as a fact-finding mission rather than a can't deal with this, I need to leave, and you feel fearful. I want to take the fear out, and I want to help you with your courage and finding your confidence in working in the sales field. Because for me, objections are like challenges and they're opportunity. Every objection, every challenge leads to opportunity, and it can lead to a sale. And just a little hint that often your customers or prospective customers that are really have lots of objections and are quite argumentative become your best ever clients. You just need to get over this, and I can promise you the sales will flow towards you if you can just get over your own fears and your own limitations and your own mindset and beliefs that is actually stopping and blocking you. Now, I'm going to deal with 4. The main things always in objections, which are a known factor, is no money, no hurry, no need, and no trust. Now, I'm going to give you another set that we'll look at in a moment, but let's look at no money. We all say that. Isn't it a favorite that we say and we don't really feel like it? And someone comes to us and it's like, just to get rid of them, we just say, I've got no money. It's almost like rolls off people's lips and mouths without them thinking about what they're saying. Is money is not a deterrent. If you've got enough value and you've got something that is so exciting and so extraordinary compared to your competitors, and you can really match their needs, which is one of the points as well, the person's going to buy. They're going to find the money. They'll find the means if it's something that is just fantastic. If you bring out a new iPhone and that person, I've got a phone and I've already got a contract and but are there features and benefits and there's something in there that really would change their life from a professional perspective or something that they really would be a life changer. It's a no-brainer. They're gonna find the money and they are gonna buy it. It's a matter of where we put our money. So the other one is no hurry. They'll say, well, I don't really right now. Right now is not a good time. Come to me in 6 months. Come in a year. I'm not in a hurry right now. We hear that all the time. I'm not in a hurry to buy. I'm going to, wait for my next sales cycle, which happens to be the end of the next financial year. And again, if you're pricing correctly and you position your product correctly, that this thing about no hurry will cease to exist. It won't be around. So it's the same thing as I did with persuasion, is if I create the scarcity factor around this, it does become a hurry. When that person knows that there only are 5 more of a particular series or a particular product range or whatever it might be, they're going to jump fast, especially the price is really attractive. And if you are also showing them how they can use it to their own benefit. No need. That means you haven't done your job correctly and you need to go a lot deeper. You need to literally borehole down deeper and deeper to find out what their needs are. Because this could mean that you don't know what they need and you're going in and then the customer's throwing it back at you. But I don't need it. Because often they really don't know what they need. And it's your job to find out what they need by asking open-ended questions, engaging correctly, finding out more about what they're involved in, where are they going to grow, are they going to expand, in which ways. These are all the things that will show you exactly maybe what they do need and they don't know they need it. So it's quicker, I don't need it. And that 4th one about no trust. I keep saying people buy from people buy from people they trust. So this is your job here again. This is what you are meant to master your life, is how do you build trust? And we're going to get to the session on building trust, engaging effectively. And this is one that, again, they've got a long-term client with the competitors. They don't feel comfortable because of the brand name. What I've seen over and over. You just say a Chinese brand. We don't do Chinese. No trust in the Chinese products. So you've got to position yourself and the brand and the product, everything else correctly, that they learn to build trust. And they learn to build trust because you're the expert. You come across the expert, you're credible. These are all things we will go into. And then that objection also just dissipates. It's gone. So let's look on the other set of 4 that I do have, and this might make a lot more sense to you as well, is firstly misunderstanding. It all comes down to communication, which I'm going to make as the theme for next week, is often what you're saying, but you're not saying it in a way that actually represents you or your brand, your product in the right, or position yourself in the right way. And so they might misunderstand exactly what you're offering and what the product's about. So you need to do a lot more homework. Research them, research your own product. When you go in, be clear in your communication. Don't faff, don't fuss. Make it absolutely crystal clear. And when you get out there, you can actually navigate this miscommunication. And if there's a misunderstanding or miscommunication, be very, very quick to say, I'm sorry, magic word, and how can I remedy this? What can I do? What can I do to make you feel more comfortable? What can I do? Can I bring in whatever you're going to do? Can I bring in a product specialist? Can I bring in the company itself? Can I bring in the MD? Whatever it might be. But you need to get past this thing of misunderstanding, because often it starts with you, with your communication. And there's a breakdown, especially if you're using different platforms. And this we'll discuss next week. If you're using platforms like email, you've got to be very, very good and clear with a message. Otherwise, people can misunderstand. They can pick up your tone if you're not being gentle enough and you're not putting it in a nice enough package. It can lead to all sorts of crazy things. And I've seen so many communication relationships or relationship built on communication going out the window because people have relied on texting or they've relied on emails instead of picking up a phone. And this comes to really picking up a phone and just seeing the person face to face and sorting it out. The second part is skepticism. This is where they've got doubts in your brand, in your product, and in you. And we've already spoken about you need to become the expert, you need to become credible. You need to get your brand out there. It needs to be visible. Remember, I said right in the beginning about sales professionalism, never underestimate the power of visibility. You see, if they see you visible, they see you doing well, they see testimonials of people, they see how well the product's doing, where it is placed. That's why reference points are so important in this particular point. If you can show people how credible you are as a company, a brand, and as a person, you coming to them, their sales, the professional is dealing with them, you'll get through this. The doubts are just there. They are doubts because they are only requests for more information. They want you. Just give them opportunity to be able to trust you and to be able to put on the table and comfortably be okay and confident enough to understand the person's got doubts. So do you. We all have doubts. If you go out and you go and someone's to throw something down your throat, a new product or something, you like back off immediately. Like, no, I don't need that, and that brand doesn't sound right. The names are right. Ooh, this is not the real deal. We all do it. So let's just get over that one too. We also all kind of go into this. Indifference was exactly the no need. But it doesn't matter if I don't have it. It doesn't matter. My life will go on. I have my service provider. I have my company, I have people that service me, help me, that kind of thing. But now I want you to show them what life would be like in dealing with you, your company, you as a professional, and what it can mean for them. Because this is a real deal breaker here. If you can make yourself so significant in their lives and bring them a solution that really will open up new horizons and will open their business and make their life easier and satisfying their own needs, you're going to conquer this one. And the fourth one is about the drawback. Now, drawback is negatives. They're just going, I don't do that. I don't like the color. I don't like green. I only like blue and white. I don't like Chinese brands. I don't like I don't even want to use all examples, but if we're looking at in product knowledge, I don't particularly like these features. What I actually prefer is that they're giving you information. So these drawbacks, negatives, are giving information, and they're giving you opportunity to ask open questions. Now you say, okay, I've heard what you don't want. Can you tell me, I'd love to know what you do want and what works for you. What would make your life easier? And what are the positive things you have worked on so that I can understand better where you are coming from? And that really just breaks down those boundaries and breaks down those barriers and all those things, and allows you to start that fluid conversation and a comfortable conversation. And they actually come closer to you because you show that you're actually interested and you want to know. And that is a real important point to make, is that all these objections, I've given you two different sets. No money, no hurry, no need, no trust. That's section 1. The second part I gave to you was misunderstanding, skepticism, indifference, drawbacks. Now, from those two groups, and I'll put them down in the chat below, so do go in the chat below. And remember, please do share, do like, give me a like, give me some love. Hey, it's my, give me some applause. It's my 4th video in a row now. And do share with other people. I really want to help other sales professionals, like I've said before. I really want to help up and coming, those people, imparting my wisdom for 35 years with as many people as I can to get out there. So if you face an objection in a public space, I want you to really consider dealing with in this manner, because a lot of you will be scared. You go into a conference, you speak inside, in a tea room in front of a group of people, in front of a company, and you feel very much in the hot spot. All these people are staring at you. Now you get an objection, and it can get scary. And the first thing I want to do, if you get an objection and you're in a public space, you're in front of an audience, you're in front of a room, a group, a boardroom of people, is ask them for their input. So they give you an objection. I want you to immediately ask them, so I hear that you don't like Chinese products, but do you realize, and then throw it back, because you can say, well, do you realize that most components come from China? But you first want to say, so you don't like Chinese products. Can we maybe understand more about that? Get an understanding about that. And then you might then say, if they now are still kind of very difficult, so they're not really just calming down, and you can see that there's still a level of discomfort, you can now do what we said was the overhead question, which is to the entire room, and you can ask others for their input, because that eventually will bring down this objection quite a lot. If people start saying, yeah, but don't you understand that actually, parts come from China, from basically everything we have, something is made possibly in China or in countries they've got objections with. And we can't all be buying only Rolls Royces and Mercedes Benzes and all those kind of things. So we have to now look and knuckle down to handling this objection. And then the other thing is, as I said, you're going to ask them for their input, or you're going to ask them for their questions. This is the audience. So now you've also redirected to take the highlight away from this objection. You've now allowed the audience to take part and then ask questions. And then if the person that has laid the first objection at you continues, you just say very nicely and professionally, can we please take this offline and take it into a private forum? Is that all right with you? And generally people will be in agreement with that. If everything gets worse than that, well, that really is kind of, I would just end things and thank everybody for their time, and I would just close it off the nicest professional way that I can. But generally, I've never had to go to that point. Normally, we can all find compromise, and we can all agree to disagree. And we also allow people to have choices. This world is open for everybody, and everyone can have a piece of the pie. And I want you to always remember that when you're dealing with this, is that it's okay if someone really doesn't want to be around you, and it will be an absolute no. But objections are not a no. Objections are just a fact-finding mission and a request to find more information. They only become a no if you don't deal with them correctly. Then they do become a no. And when someone becomes completely indifferent, and like they don't take your calls, don't answer your emails, it really is not good. You can always try and go back to them at a later stage. But when somebody emphatically says, never call me again, you do know that is definitely a no-no, because you do it was not hurting your reputation. So I said next week we're going to deal with communication. I'm going to help you on the different platforms. Look at what we need to be doing, because communication is where marriages, wars, everything rests on this word called communication. Miscommunication, where communication breaks down. And this is why it's so important in our world. I can tell you most problems that I see in the workspace out there comes down to one word called communication, or the lack thereof. So please do share the video, have fun. Let me know what your comments are. If there are any particular questions you've got, put them in the chat box below. I'll be with you very soon again, and it will be the next week, and it will be all about that art of communication, that all-important communication. And in the meantime, head out there and go shake the trees. Why don't you? Thank you.